Fuck me. Two fags and I can't find my tea. What's that all about? Oh, it's in the microwave. Let me go and get it. Fucking hell. I have to get my arse off. It was not backwards. Oh, nobody on live. Thank fuck for that. Can't do live with viewers. How is everyone? Thank fuck this will be a quick live. It's fucking... fucking play a bit of guitar. I fucking played a bit of guitar for ages. What the fuck? A bit high, innit, boys? How is everyone? Come on, is there any yids on? What do we think of yids? What do we think of yids? Mate, I ain't got no guitar picks. What's that going on? How are we? Are we doing well? Got a few people in talking about Spurs. What's the reality of Spurs today? What's your reality of Spurs today? You're up born to lose, brother. How we doing? Are we doing well? I ain't played guitar in ages. I have to warm my fucking fingers up, mate. The arthritis is killing them. I keep having the ump with Spurs. I keep fucking... 1 week, I'm totally Thomas Frank. I hate him. The next week, I love Thomas Frank. It's doing me nothing. It's like a love-hate relationship with Thomas Frank. Keep him positive, though. You got to back the manager, haven't you? You can't just, like, write him off. Because you write this manager off, and it's just going to be, like, feeding into the same narrative that every fucking other Spurs fucking show is just, oh, we've got to get behind the manager. It's ironic because they didn't get behind no other fucking manager. But, oh, mate, it's hard, isn't it, with Tottenham at the minute? Proper fucking hard. I'm not really enjoying... Do you know what? I enjoy the football. I'm not enjoying the couple of hours after the football. It's great news that Kulu is back training. We need our Ginger Prince. How do you feel about Tony? Yeah, I heard the rumours. I don't really go into the rumours on X about Tony. If he comes in, good and well. I'll be excited when he comes in, to be honest with you, if we bring someone of that ilk into the squad. That'd be kind of fucking, that'd be a nice little start to the January transfer window, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? And Kulu coming back, I think he might come back. I don't think he'd be the same player ever again. And if he is, I think it'd take him about a season of playing time here and there to get back into how he was. And if he comes back in and he comes back running, well, he'll be part of the 10% club. There's not a lot of players who get that injury who come back. And do you know what, though? The only thing I'm worried about Kulusevski, right, is that people know how he plays. I don't know what you think. He's very, what's that word? You know what he's going to do. You don't have to guess. You know that he's going to come in and he's going to fucking get on that fucking left foot and he's going to try and fucking go to the right a bit and he's going to try and... But other than that, yeah, I'm quite excited for the January transfer window, whoever we get in. I just don't know whether Tony is going to be... is he going to come back? Because if I was a footballer and I was into money, I think I might stay in Saudi Arabia, you know? Sun, sand. You ain't really got the sex out in Saudi Arabia, though, have you? Christ almighty. No, you ain't. Sun, sea and burgers. Perhaps he might come back. Perhaps he might come back, you know what I'm saying? Predictable. That's the word, predictable. Fucking hell, Born to Lose. You should be doing these shows, bruv. Predictable. He is predictable. A bit like the shithead fan base we've got at the minute, to be honest with you, aren't they? They're predictable as fuck. I joined X, like I've been telling you in my videos. Oh, mate, I don't know why. Paul did warn me. The Hotspur hit me. Oi, John Cotter. I'm a Cotter. My granddad's a Cotter. He ain't Chelsea, though. I've got a John Cotter on that side of the water as well. Wonder if we're fucking cousins. Jesus fucking Christ. It's a bit of a comeuppance, isn't it? A bit of a coincidence. Yeah, oh, you're a Cotter from Ireland. I was a Cotter from Ireland. Well, they was a Cotter from Ireland. About 2.5 generations ago, bruv. We was Skibbereen, Cork, all around that way. I hope you're doing well, Johnny boy. I hope you're doing well, mate. What was we talking about? We was talking about fucking Tottenham, weren't we? And well, you're close to all the Cotters around that way. We're all Cotters from that way. We're all probably fucking related, bruv. You know what I mean? All got bad eyes, haven't they? All got bad eyes when they get older, bruv. I'm looking forward to, you know what I am looking forward to? We was talking about the fucking X, weren't we? Being on X, being a football fan on X. And they're absolutely nutcases, aren't they, on X? Paul, Hotspur Whitby, warned me. What do you think of the new Spurs manager? Oh, mate, do you know what? I'm not one of these who's going to knock him, to be honest with you. I didn't want him as Spurs manager. If I'd had a choice out of managers, Thomas Frank wouldn't have been... I wouldn't have even put his name in the hat, to be honest with you. Now we got him, I'm backing him, I get behind him and be a bit positive, only because, mate, we can't keep doing this rebuild thing, can we? You know what I mean? I got behind Ange towards a quarter of the season because I was love-hate with Ange, and then I got full behind him, and then we won a cup, and I see that speech about season 3, pulled on the old heartstrings, and I thought, oh, fucking hell, this season 3 is going to be brilliant. Then they sacked the fucker. I'm not understanding why they sacked him. I think it was a mixture of he didn't want to be at Tottenham anymore because he'd seen the fan base, he'd seen what they were saying about they want to be Man City till July. And I think it sort of broke him a little bit then. And I sort of think the fan base broke him. And I thought, do you know what? I think he thought, I'm not wanted here. You know, like when you're not wanted, you know you're not wanted. And you can feel it. Plus the fans at the stadium, the fans at our home stadium, the new stadium. Like, the demographics have changed as well. So I seem to think that they're not as loud, not as vocal as the White Hart Lane loyal crew. And it's a very strange atmosphere, as you can probably gather if you've looked at digital media throughout the past couple of months. Everyone's moaning, aren't they? You know what I mean? You all right, gold digger? How you doing? You all right, sweetheart? Do you know what? Thomas Frank, is he going to make us a mid-table fucking club? I don't think he is. I think he's got a lot more money to play with. I kind of like him. Do you know what? I just don't like. I don't like the way he chews his gum. That's the only thing I don't like at the minute. And I'm hating. You know what I am hating? Glasner would have been my top candidate, says Born to Lose. But we have to give Frank time and a good go. Well, unless we get pipes at North London Derby, it might change mine. Do you know what? If we get spanked at the North London Derby, I think a lot of people will change their mind, to be honest with you. Born to Lose. I'm just hoping he ain't going to fucking thrash the bollocks off of us. I've watched Arsenal. I haven't watched Arsenal this season as much as I watched them last season. My missus is a front wall skid. She likes to watch Arsenal until they score the first goal, like the majority of us. As soon as they score that first goal, you know what I mean? Then, fuck me, no one wants to watch fucking that game, do they? So I've watched Arsenal. Their defence looks a bit wobbly. I'm not really scared of anybody in the Arsenal squad, except for Declan Rice. And I'm not scared per se from his, like, shitting myself. But he's just got that habit of having dirty bastard good luck, isn't he? You know what I mean? And plus, I don't like what he done to my fellow Cockney brothers clubs. You know what I mean? West Ham. I always side with the Cockneys and the West Ham over Declan Rice. You know, get back to eating your mullahs and fuck off. I hate the geezer. I hate the geezer for what he done to West Ham. But I suppose he had to evolve. He had to go to a bigger club. But he was getting too big for his boots, wasn't he, there? North London Derby, though. What does everyone else think? I'm not very scared about the North London Derby. I'm more scared about PSG, to be honest with you. If we get spanked by PSG, then fuck me, bruv. You're right, Future Music, bro. I've got my Ableton Future Music. Look. I won't show that bit. That's got my address on it. Oi, oi. Just saving up for my computer now. You know what I mean? I bought that because it was the cheapest bit in the link. And I thought it'd work with my computer I've got now. But my processor is shit AMD. And I want to get a Ryzen processor or i5 and above. Because the latency that I was using on that fucker, mate, it was like fucking, I play it and it was crackling. So I thought, fuck that. So thank you, Future Music, for getting me and Paul into that. If it weren't for you, I don't think me and Paul would be, yeah, I can't wait to get into that. I'm gonna pipe Paul to the classic tunes and become a #1 before him, I hope. But I hope everyone's doing all right. North London Derby, we was talking about Future. What do you think, brother? As a Celtic supporter, I once said in a standoff with the police, all we want is Big Ange back and a bag of cans. I love a bit of Celtic, bro. That's because I grew up with my Scotch mate from, he was born in Glasgow, and he was big Celtic and a big Yid as well, and a big Yin. And yeah, he got me into the heavies and Celtic. I do like a bit of Celtic. Mind you, I thought Ange was going to go back to Celtic. I always thought, you know, when the knock come a calling, I thought he'd go back there, to be honest with you. Talking of Scotland, though, what do we think of Mikey Moore? Mikey Moore at Rangers. That was heartbreaking. That first couple of months at Rangers, mate. Wow. Yeah, you have a class day, Born to Lose, brother. I hope you have a fucking lovely one, mate. It's fucking a bit sunny out here now. You know what I mean? So it's quite a nice day. Yeah, I hated Mikey Moore going to fucking Rangers. Done my nutting. Yeah. What does Future Music say? I'm happy with what I'm seeing, pal. Quietly confident of our slow improvement. It is slow, isn't it? I don't think we've got a lot of impatient fans, haven't we? Fuck me, I've never seen so many impatient fans. So Jackie, he plays for the Rangers. He scored at the weekend. Got a goal chopped off. Yeah. Do you know what? That first couple of weeks with what was it, the first couple of months of that shitty manager that Rangers had. One who didn't wouldn't want to wear the suit. Him, I won't say his name. We won't bring the channel down, by talking about Rangers too much, to be honest with you. They're not my most favourite team. I just want Mikey Moore back home, to be honest with you. I'd rather have seen Mikey Moore sent out to a European team, like in Spain or somewhere like that. I think he would have done well in Spain. Atletico Bilbao, Atletico Madrid. I think he would have enjoyed himself there. I'm not dismissing Scottish leagues or anything, but I just think if he'd have done that, it should have been the year before he went to Scotland, and then he should have got a loan out to Spain and then brought him back and then fucking banged off in England. Patience. No one's got patience. You go on X and the faceless profiles, no one's got patience. You know, I've got a bee in my bonnet this month about Chris Callan, and no one can see what an absolute cowpat of an opinion that he's got on football. He's very much a gutter journalist, and I see him on Sky the other day. Well, I didn't see him on Sky. Someone put a post up about him on X on Sky, and they said he don't speak for us, and he don't speak for us, does he? I can't stand it when they go on these talk sports and they just don't speak for us one bit. They're absolutely fucking diabolical. I think I've got patience for the Tottenham team, but sometimes I do run out of patience in a game, like the Man U game. I was absolutely fuming. We let that last go in, absolutely fuming, and then I really had to calm myself down. I know it was it felt like a triple loss, conceding that goal, and they was all blaming Johnson, blaming one another, and I sort of blamed the man who put the tactics. And then I thought to myself, no, you know what it is? It's we haven't got a captain who's a defensive captain to shout at people before these corners come in, before these set piece plays happen, to say, you stand there, don't fucking move. You stand there, you don't fucking move. Because I think that's what we need. We need a defensive captain who's proper, mouthy, and, you know, just says it how it is. If you move, I'm going to break your legs in the dressing room, and mean it. Because I think that was, if we had someone like that, someone vocal, rather than, and I've got a lot of ball watchers. I don't know whether anyone's noticed this, you Spurs fans, you yiddos. I don't know whether you've noticed this. We've got a lot of ball watchers at the minute. I'm watching the game, and I'm watching Spence ball watch sometimes, and I'm thinking, oh, mate, don't ball watch. I do like a bit of Kevin Danzo, though. Kevin Danzo, I know he's not 100% star player, but I think he's like 75% climbing, mate. That geezer. And I love it when my missus said to me, this was funny the other day, when she heard Kevin Danzo speak. She goes, I thought he was foreign. I said, nah, he's spent a few years over here in academies and bits and pieces, and I'm sure he's one of his parents is from fucking England. You know what I mean? She thought he was like, you know, like when the little flag comes up on the player and it says Swiss or something like that. I'm sure she thought he was going to come out with a nutty Swiss accent. No, they wouldn't. If I was on that team, bruv, they would probably all be sitting in the dressing rooms, fucking just chatting about a good game. I don't think I'd be a good manager. I might be shouting. I might be shouting at them a bit more than they're used to. But it would be nice to get an Harry Redknapp sort of says it how it is, wouldn't it? You know, because you can imagine Thomas Frank, can't you? Like with his little piece of paper and his little chessboard, and he's telling them what to do. And I do like the old school managers. I did put a Brian Clough video on. I know we're not Nottingham Forest fans on this channel. We are proper fucking front wheel skids. We're Yid Army. But I did put a Brian Clough video, because I do like a bit of Brian Clough. You know what I mean? I do like his attitude towards football. Mind you, I haven't watched the film yet. I think I watched about half hour of the film when I was stoned at me nut about 3 years ago. So I'll have to watch it as a sober adult. Fucking hell. Late 40s and a sober adult. That don't seem to fucking ring true, does it, Johnny? Fuck me. I thought we wouldn't get no one in. So thank you for everyone for fucking coming on. I was supposed to come on at 12:30, but I've got to go and pick up at the minute. I've got what's that word? I've got a teenager who's 15, and she thinks she's 31, going on 32, and it does my bollocks in. So I've got to go and get her early today because she's not allowed to do school full time because she's not well, the girl. Who does anybody in the chat, in the comments, what players would you like to see coming in January? I see a list on X the other day, and I see another list on the internet of loads of players who are free in January. And I'm looking at the names. Where I predominantly watch Premiership and a little bit of La Liga, probably just Atletico Bilbao and Barcelona and Real Madrid. I don't really know a lot of these other players, and I'm thinking to myself, nope, never heard of that one, never heard of that one. And how do we feel about Xavi Simons as well? I'm absolutely loving Xavi Simons. I see him, I see him coming alive if he gets the thing is with Simons, right, is that he's got no one around him sometimes to flick that ball to. And I think that's what lets it down. It's nice when you got Odegaard and Tell on as well. Everyone started hating Johnson again, haven't they? I don't know why they're hating on Johnson again. That is absolutely mental. I think he's doing all right, Johnson, this year. He was a bit lazy with Ange, but I think that was because Ange was just telling him, you can't do this and you can't do that. And I think Frank gives you a bit more of a free rein in some positions. Then other positions, I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying our defence under Frank, and he's supposed to be a defensive manager. It's just they come at us. Have you noticed as well with Thomas Frank? A couple of teams have been playing that long ball over the top, and we've been caught short a couple of times. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, what's that all about? You know? Maybe they should, I don't know. What does anybody else think of Frank? I think what other manager? That Glasner, I would have liked him to have been our manager, to be honest with you. I'm not going to go down the route of having that Bournemouth manager, even though he's a Basque like myself. I think he's a bit hit or miss. He's a bit gung-ho, isn't he? Are they all crying for Arteta out at the minute? I think the filth are all crying for Arteta out. I don't really like the fucking Arteta wanker anyway, to be honest with you. He's another Basque as well. What is it with Basques and being managers? Perhaps perhaps they are just good in the particular field what they've chosen, isn't it? What would you do if you was Spurs and you had Arteta and we was the same as Arsenal, the filth, the scumbags, the dirty fuckers, right? Would you be moaning? I think I would be. No cups. Slags. Future music. It's a bit surreal, but I know, man, that knows Xavi personally, and I'm overjoyed he's joined us. You can clearly see he has got quality, isn't he? He has got quality future music. Forgive me for not reading it properly. I've not got my specs on. But he has got quality. You can see the little balls he wants to play. And if there was a certain person in position, Richarlison or Johnson or fucking Paulinho on the other fucking side behind him, if they was a bit more forward and a bit more creative thinking like him, I think we might be seeing some special play. Because I like it when I see Tell play, and Odeberg play, and they've got this little flicky 1, 2, 3, and they know what they're doing. Now, that's quite nice. Oh, fucking hell, gold digger. You had to mention fucking Poch, didn't you? That just brings the show down into the gutter. Apparently, they're going to give Lego Ed another contract. Oh, for fuck's sake. You can't give the... If he don't win nothing this season, you ain't going to... You got to just sack him. You got to sack him. Yeah, of course, same as what Poch was for us. You got to... Yeah, Poch. I don't see why everyone's on the faceless X at the minute, and a lot of content creators all have a... I can't say it live, can I? Can I say it live? They all have a merchant bank over Poch, don't they? And all come buns out, sun's out, guns out. I ain't got no guns. They're fucking... They lost me. It's about 10 years ago. Yeah, they all lay a fucking merchant bank over fucking Poch. Sorry about the stutter. I'm getting fucking older and it's coming back more. I disliked Poch. I disliked Tottenham when they had Poch. I watched them. Don't get me wrong. I watched them, but Poch weren't my favourite manager. I couldn't see what he was doing. And when people were saying to me, oh, it's exciting style of football and all that, all I just kept thinking was, oh, mate, I can't wait till he fucking goes. I'm sure another manager would have got a lot more out of that team he had. A lot more. Yeah, I don't think no one has a bank over fucking Poch, do they? Except for these... Did they start supporting us, some of these content creators and some of these faceless ex-profiles, when we got Poch? Because you never hear them talk about the managers before. You know, we had some good managers before. We had some characters before. You know, like the Redknaps. I ain't going to mention Santini, am I? No, Johnny, I ain't going to mention him. You know, Redknaps Tottenham was nice. I like Redknaps Tottenham, but I think because I like Redknapp, you know what I mean? He only come from around the corner. And I like anybody who comes from around the corner. I'm a bit tribalistic when it comes to my Spurs players, like the Mark Falcos. He come from around the corner to me. Gary Brooks come from about 3 streets away. And yeah, I loved Birkinshaw's era and the few years after, up until about 1991. As soon as we got, as soon as that Premiership started, 1992, and a couple of years after that, and I hated Jerry Francis. I hated Jerry Francis, mate. I used to have to sit there and watch fucking Premiership games up my mates with an Arsenal fan, and we'd end up in fucking fist fights. Absolute fist fights, mate. You know what I mean? So many punches to the side of the head I've got sitting next to him. Like, he'd be on the sofa next to me with his can of beer. I'll be sitting there with my can of beer. Especially if you couldn't get tickets for White Hart Lane, mate. Or go down the fucking Highbury for a derby. Like, that'd be the only time we'd sit together. He'd have to come and sit with me in the aways. And, no, mate. Oh. Yeah, football got shit about 1992. And it's gradually got better. Then we got Poch. And that killed it for me for some reason. If someone can explain why they love Poch, I'll gladly open my ears and listen to them. But do you not think he could have got a lot better out of that team if he was a different class of manager? Instead of just being tight arse and not getting a fucking quality manager, mate. My favourite would be Harry, says Gold Digger. Yeah. Do you know what, Harry? He was funny, wasn't he? He was a bit of character. He was like Venables and a proper Cockney. And it was nice to have someone who spoke your language, especially in press conferences. It was just nice, you know? And he had that air about him, didn't he? He had that nice air about him. It's a shame he's a West Ham slag, mate. And he's an Arsenal supporter. That's bad, that is, isn't it? Did you know that about Harry? Mate. I feel like with Poch, he's a bit of Frank. He's a bit of Frank didn't know how to win. Yeah. Sometimes I watch our football now. The last couple of games, I thought to myself, just park the fucking bus. You know when we scored that last minute goal with the Man U the other day, right? I thought to myself, ideal time now. Bang on, 2 substitutes. Waste time, give them a water bottle and just say, park the fucking double-decker, bruv. Park the bus, park 4 buses, put Kevin Danzo on the fucking line, put Mickey van der Ven on the line, park the fucking bus, slags. Because that, to me, was just wide open the last couple of minutes, and that's what wound me up. Yeah, and it's sad. And it's terrible, and it's like death in the family when you tell people that fucking Harry grew up a fucking gooner, mate. Whoa, fucking hell. Shocked me. And I didn't know about it until I did know about it ages ago, but it took someone telling me to remember, and I thought, oh, fucking hell. Because a lot of these people used to hang about Bethnal Green years ago, down the Salmon and Ball or down the Well and Bucket. Well and Bucket pub, that was part owned by Steve Archibald, if I remember rightly. And Salmon and Ball was part owned by Bobby Moore. So there's a lot of that's a Tottenham pub now, Salmon and Ball. They've got an Arsenal pub in Bethnal Green that I've never seen before. Well, I have seen the pub before, but I've never seen an Arsenal pub in Bethnal Green before. That's just Cornwallis. I went in there for a fucking drink and had an Arsenal photo up. That was a swift half. Bonnie Blue. What are we talking about Bonnie Blue for? Who the fuck's Bonnie Blue? She's the old tart who fucking goes around the country in that fucking thing on TikTok, isn't she? Fair play to her, though. If you can make money that way. I suppose if I was a bird and I look like that in this day and age, would I buy a bus? Yeah, bruv, I'd buy a bus. I'd be touring around the world taking millions off of people until I hit the age of 30. Yeah, fair play to her. That's put me right off sync, that is. Put me right. Thanks a lot for that. I was trying to think of the other bird with Bonnie Blue as well. She's always on fucking TikTok. I see an interview the other day with Liam Tufts and Bonnie Blue, and I don't know how these geezers get away with fucking interviewing them on fucking YouTube, mate. It's fucking mental. Fucking mental. Mind you, it's better than watching fucking After Tottenham shit, innit? Like, if you watch that, it was driving me absolutely fucking crazy watching the Tottenham content. What does everyone think of the Tottenham content? Lily Phillips, that's the one. I watched her have her will changed the other day, only because my mate sent it to me. He went, look at so-and-so, a friend of a friend changed her will. I wouldn't mind. I'm not even in the mechanic game anymore. I don't want to see fucking someone change their will. It's fucking boring. Anyway, what does everyone think of the actual Spurs content in a minute? I don't watch much Spurs content, so I can't say what's going on. But what do they talk about? Are they talking about liking Thomas Frank? Do you agree with them? Do you agree with Chris Cowling? Keep going on Sky Sports and talking for Spurs fans, and Ricky Sachs going on whatever. Was it Talk Sport and Ben Bowman? Do you think they speak for Spurs fans or not? Because I was chatting to the Hotspur hippie, Paul, and, you know, I kind of agree with Paul, and Paul agrees with me, that they don't talk for Spurs fans. They just doing this gutter journalism thing, and it makes me feel fucking horrible. Tottenham content is like going round and round about 400 times, is it? Oh, thank fuck I don't watch much of it, you know what I mean? I have enough fucking trouble when I drive through fucking Paris going through their roundabouts, bruv, letting I'm watching fucking them slags on fucking the Spurs or the Sphere fucking Tottenham channels. They actually make me sick, some of them. There's one guy that actually makes me absolutely physically sick when I watch him, and you probably won't agree with me because you might watch him, but it's that Tottenham Till We Die, you know, the geezer with the glasses. Mate, I don't know what's going on there, sunshine. I don't know what's going on there. 1 minute, I'm sure he was an English fella. When I first started watching fucking Tottenham channels, I'm sure he was an English fella called James. Now he's fucking Dermot from Ireland. What the fuck's that all about? I might change my name. I might be Frankie from South London soon. Spurs content is extremely toxic, Gold Digger says, as people who want Frank to work out so much that they will depend him with their life like it's too much. And then there are silly people who want Frank out. Yeah, you got to just get behind the manager, ain't you? You can't not get behind the manager no more. This rebuild thing ain't doing us no good. It's not doing anybody any good. The only people it does good are the content creators, because they've got different content. You know, that's the only people. They want a manager to be destroyed because they spend half of their life with this manipulation of dramatic content. I call it the AFT formula, the Lee Gunner formula, where you got to rage bait. You got to rage bait to get views, and no, it does more nothing. No, I don't think I'm welcome to become a South Londoner. You know what I mean? You know what I think of South London, don't you? You know what I mean? Anything past Bermondsey is fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. Why give them a fucking London postcode? You know what I mean? Del Boy coming from Peckham and they call him a Cockney. Fuck off. He's just a fucking South London wide boy, isn't he? Out in the fucking sticks. Peckham. We hate Peckham and we hate Peckham. 2-0. Do you know what? I don't mind Millwall, to be honest with you, though. But they was our side of the water for a little while, weren't they? Till they fucked off. I'm getting constant text off my sister at the minute. She don't know I'm doing a live. I should fucking phone her up on the bat phone and say to her, why aren't you watching me, you slag? Fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Do I say that when my missus knows what I like about fucking... I said to her, you're lucky. You are lucky to have me. You're so lucky to have me, sweetheart. You know what I mean? There's not many Cockneys that would take in a South Londoner and put you under me wing and teach you the ways of the world. You know what she says to me? Fuck off, you muggy mug. She's lucky her dad comes from Bethnal Green and her mum comes from Bethnal Green. They only moved to South London. I think they must have had I don't know. Why would you want to move to South? Why would you want to move from one side of the water to the other? Someone explain that to me. Why would you want to move from fucking Bethnal Green, you know what I mean, a walk away from White Hart Lane, right, to go and move to South London? It's fucking naughty. Oh, you know me, I'm pure cunt. Johnny the bastard, that's what my family call me. And the other ones call me cunts as well. I think my sister might even call me cunt as well. But my dad don't and my mum don't. They love me. I'm golden boy. Charlton, that's another South London football club, isn't it? Oh, I was going to take the kids to Charlton. My missus went to me, should we take the kids to Charlton so they can watch some football? No, you ain't taking them to Charlton, love. You know what I mean? You ain't taking them down there. God, last time I went to Charlton, fucking hell. That's just wrong. That side of the Blackwall Tunnel, that's just wrong. Totally fucking wrong. I don't know, whatever. You know, when you go up to Woolwich as well, that is just wrong. What the fuck happened there? What the fuck happened there, mate? Nothing good ever come out of Charlton or Woolwich, did it? You know what I mean? Suppose it makes Peckham look all right. You know what I mean? At least you can fucking, you got that on your side, Gold Digger. You know what I mean? Not even spoke. If my missus is watching this, I'm going to have a fag and go and open let me open the door so I can have a fag doing this live, eh? You know me and a fag, fucking hell. Could walk with a phone, couldn't I? I'd have the door open though. You live near Charlton. Oh, you poor fucker. Poor fucker. Some nice people around Charlton though, isn't it? It's too near wedding for me. I don't get on with people from that way. They seem to think I'm a bit too mouthy. What do we think of that other geezer who's from Welling? He's on TikTok at the minute with the glasses, with the sunglasses. He's like, I mean, a bit of high grade, mate. A bit of high grade. You know, the one who goes around banging the lady boys. Oh, mate. What a fucking laugh that geezer is. That's what I'm saying. Welling and Bexley, fucking hell. You need your head fucking shot off, don't you? They never did get on with Cockneys, though, did they? Anyway, let's talk about the Spurs. Talk about fucking Spurs. What do we think of the ticket prices at the minute? They're going down. Spurs Trust are going to try and get the ticket prices lowered for the youths, which would be good, because that means my kids might actually get a cheaper ticket. It might mean that I can afford to take the two of them, which would be nice. But this Spurs Trust, are they a pay-to-play organisation? Or are they just all math and no bollocks like a lot of the protest fucking or not protest, that's the wrong word, like these Spurs supporters clubs? Because I think they're all fucking math, innit? See, that's where your mum and dad went wrong. You know, being born in Peckham. Even if I lived in Peckham and I had a kid, I'd go over to the other side of the water to have my kids. You know what I mean? Mind you, I've only got one kid that at the minute who's proper Cockney. The other four are South Londoners. That's fucking bad, isn't it? One Cockney kid. And the thing is, she talks like me, well, with a bit of a posher accent. And she thinks like me, so that's the result. Yeah, what do we think about them Spurs supporter trusts and these Spurs trusts? Do they do things for Tottenham? Are they actually going to get our point across that we want cheaper tickets? Because this season ticket debacle, what's happening, is I've got mates who was at the Grand, and they never, for a season and a half now, on a season ticket, my mate can categorically tell you, without bullshitting, he's not had the same person sit next to him on either side of his season ticket. And we was under the impression that you have to go to a certain amount of games. And what he found out is that people are getting in with the screenshots. And I thought, oh, that's a bit horrible. I don't know, I've always been a bit funny with the trust. I don't trust them. No, anybody with trust in the name, I don't trust. You know, it's one of those things, isn't it? You think to yourself, fucking got trust in the name, they must be a fucking conniving bastard. I didn't like the Spurs trust geezer when he was on Tottenham away. Still had him on Tottenham away, didn't he? And I don't normally watch Tottenham away past how I used to, but when they have someone on like that, I sat and watched it for a little while, I've got to admit. And he was just a wanker. I know the geezer's a yid, right? But fuck me. He was like, yeah, I agree with everything you lot are saying. I agree. Yeah, but like, do something about it. If you was in a position to do something, you go on and have a math piece, why didn't you stand on stage and write 100 letters? It's not like you've fucking got something to do all day. Just fucking fire off 100 letters. And fucking open your mouth. Mind you, some of these people ain't stand-up people, are they? They just say what you want to hear when they go on a TV show. I can't stand that. You know what I mean? They just say what it's like fucking when you've been on another show and they fucking say to you. It happens to a lot of content creators who I used to talk to. You know, they're told that that's the only talk when you're spoken to. Like, I got a mate who's been on Chris Cadlin, and he had to sit there, and you can only talk when you're spoken to. You can't give please don't butt in, please don't do this. The only person I've ever seen who's been a bit creative on these shows is Jar Wobble, and he comes from Stepney round the corner to me. So fucking give him his dues. He don't give a fuck what he says, does he? You know what I mean? Oh, we're leading up to 1 o'clock. I've got 7 minutes. 7 minutes before I've got to hit the road. I can't even find me sticks to fucking walk with today. May have a fucking laugh. That's the longest cigarette I've had. I normally blast them out. I normally smoke like a Bengali. Are we allowed to say that? Yeah, I'm allowed to say that. Because that's the way they smoke fags, isn't it? Yeah, I was born in Whitechapel, counted as Stepney. I don't think they got an actual hospital in Stepney. So if you was born in Stepney, you was born in Whitechapel. You know what I mean? Is there an hospital in Stepney? Mile End Hospital. Suppose you could be born in Mile End Hospital or Whitechapel Hospital. You know what I mean? Other than that, with Bethnal Green, no, it ain't a hospital in Stepney. Mind you, back in the day, they was all born in at home, weren't they? You know what I mean? I think my third kid was born at home. She's a South Londoner. Now she lives in Bethnal Green. Well, she don't live in Bethnal Green no more. She lives at Clapton Ponds now. Yeah, I mean, she's nearer to White Hart Lane. That's why. I think she goes out, the Tottenham supporter. Well, he better be a fucking Tottenham supporter. Stepney, that's a nice place. They're all West Ham in Stepney, though, aren't they? A lot of my pals from school born Stepney, all West Ham slags. I can't even watch the West Ham channels no more. I used to watch a few of them. They've all gone a bit, how shall we say, they've all gone a bit Tommy, haven't they? My dad was a twin. My mum's a twin. My mum's a twin. Twins, and my cousin's a twin, but his twin died in Spain. And the girl was a twin. I've got 2 sets of twin cousins. Both of the siblings passed away, and left the other one. And then my cousin, who was left, Lucia, she passed away last year, cancer. She was a twin. Yeah, nearly all my family, those are West Ham. The ones that live Romford way, they're all West Ham. Except for my second cousin's husband, he was a Yid. But everyone else is a Yid in my family, near enough. It's funny, we've got half Yid, half West Ham. Do the West Ham ones count as family or just acquaintances? It's an hard one, isn't it? Probably half family, half acquaintances. Saying that, my cousin went to visit the war graves in France, and he found Walter Toll's grave, because my cousin's buried next to Walter Toll. Oh no, sorry, my great uncle in the World War One, his grave's next to Walter Toll's grave as well. And he was telling me the history of Walter Toll, and then I had to remind him that I am a Tottenham supporter, and I do know my history, Chris. You know what I mean? But he's a lovely fella, Chris. He's probably a lovely fucking, one of the loveliest West Ham fans I know. He had to stop going West Ham because he don't like the new stadium. He thinks the new stadium's shit. Just like us, really, isn't it? You know what I mean? We mirror each other near enough. We both hate our stadiums. And yeah, everyone loves the fucking Tottenham Stadium. I've not set foot in the Tottenham Stadium, mate. You know, it's one of those things when you're White Hart Lane, brought up and bred White Hart Lane, Shelf, Paxton Road, couldn't fucking give a fuck whether I fucking sat or stand. And, mate, that just ain't the same. I can't bear to be walking over the rubble. You know, when they resined the fucking White Hart Lane and made it a floor. Oh, fuck off, Levy, you bastard. But I suppose everything's evolving, isn't it? You have to put up and shut up nowadays. I suppose we had to have a bigger stadium so we can ask more wankers. You know what I mean? Oh, don't get me on that subject, eh? We'll be here fucking ages. Ask more wankers. Mate, I've been watching the fucking Tottenham on a stream where you get a lot of the crowd noise, and there ain't no fucking crowd noise. You can hear the booing. What the fuck was the booing about at half time? What the fuck was that about? How can you boo a fucking half time and then you boo a substitution? That's just beyond me. Absolutely fucking beyond me. We have got supporters like this. Who the fuck gives them the right? Just the demographics and the pricing again, isn't it? The demographics of Tottenham. You don't see many locals going no more. None of my old mates go no more. There's a few of them that are season ticket holders. I won't say their names because people probably know them at the Grand. There's a few of the old firm that go, isn't there? I recognise their faces. And that's about it. I see more faces I recognised at the Tottenham parade, right, than I did when the camera pans out and I'm thinking, Cool, it's just people, it's just old men on their phone, isn't it? It's just people on their phone like that. They're just sitting there like that. In fact, there's when you see some of these content creators who say they've got season tickets and they're sitting there at home on a watch along. And I'm thinking to myself, what, you sold your season ticket? Are you one of the season ticket wankers who sell their season tickets? Obviously. You know what I mean? Gold Digger says, I don't know, I don't think booing is good at all. No, you never... People, a lot of people will give you the impression that back in the day, you heard boos. You did hear boos, but it wasn't for the football. You know, it was because the geezers probably fucking dropped... You remember the peanut geezer at White Hart Lane? Dropping the fucking peanuts down his fucking wherever, or someone's fucking threw a cup of Bovril up in the air and fucking you've all gone, ah. But you never heard that many much boos. You know what I mean? I don't know whether that's an old school thing, that you either support your club, whatever the weather. You know, get behind your club. What Paul says, back your club or fuck off. It's exactly the sentiment that I think we've got to fucking bring out into fucking YouTube. I don't have people come to their jobs and boo. It's silly logic, you know what I mean? It's like fucking, don't go to McDonald's and fucking when you're 1 minute late, oh, my Big Mac's not arrived. Boo, you slag, where's my fucking quarter pounder, you fucking, you thick student. You don't say that, do you? This lot, at 37 minutes, the fat bastards are going up the fucking stands to go and get their fucking shawarma kebab and their fucking battered gherkin. You know what I mean? I say gherkin, to me it's a wally. You know what I mean? But, yeah. Fucking, I've never seen it. I was watching the football the other day, the Man United game. They're all 37 minutes. I timed it on purpose. 37 minutes, you know? Going to a football game in a pair of trousers and a shirt. What the fuck's that all about, bruv? Come on, lad. Go to a football game in a pair of trousers and a shirt. Fucking hell, mate. I must be some sort of cunt. Because I'm 50 years old. I wear my Tottenham top and a pair of fucking tracksuit bottoms, bruv. You know what I mean? I ain't got my Tottenham top on today, though. Because I'm indoors. I've got my outside clothes to put on in a minute, you know what I mean? But fuck me, that drives me crazy, them fans. And then when you hear the fans, have you ever heard the interviews when they do, the other content creators do the interviews outside the ground? I'll do this quick because I've got to go out. But they're standing outside the ground, right? And they've got a microphone and they're going, what do you think of the Tottenham game? And it's an American accent. Or it's an accent from fucking, I don't know, somewhere up north. And I'm thinking, you ain't even got a local. Ask a local that question, you know? Maybe it's me with tribalism and being Cockney and being proud of where I'm from. But I don't know, the demographics have changed. I'm not knocking them. You know what I mean? You be a Spurs fan, I'll stand in front of you in the fucking fight, bruv. But fuck me. Just speak positive of us, for fuck's sake, if you're going to be that sort of fan. So I was saying to my fucking pal today on text messaging that we get, you see when you're on you watch a YouTube channel and you got someone in the audience who's from America or Canada, right, right, and they start being derogatory about your fucking football club, and they wonder why you're derogatory back, and you do a fucking little fucking channel and you do a little video about them, because I think you're absolutely scum. Absolutely bang on fucking scum. You've supported us 2 years and then you slaughter the club that you're supposed to be supporting to people like us who's been born and bred fucking Tottenham, bruv. You know? Who's had their face on the fucking gates of fucking... I didn't even know those Bill Nicholson gates, mate. I've had a piss up against them and everything. You know what I mean? And we've been there. We've got food poisoning from that dodgy burger van, bruv. And fucking, them peanuts weren't all that, was they? I know that was Percy Dalton, but fuck, mate, that was a bit dodgy, them peanuts. You know, and fucking the smell of piss and Bovril at White Hart Lane. And you're telling me, a proper fucking yid, you're telling me how shit our club is. Mate, I'm gonna smash them. With a paper cup. Knock their heads together. They're fucking weirdos. Absolutely fucking weirdos. Anyway, that's enough for Johnny today. Have a good day. Baked potato. Take care. And gold digger. Perm your hair.